sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Again, everyone, I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
This is the newest member of the Lion backfield, LeGarrette Blount. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. And now the defense for Dallas.
The anchor of this Cowboys defense is linebacker Sean Lee. Finished with 118 tackles despite missing 4 full games and the majority of another one in 2017. And you can absolutely see it's a different defense when he's on the field as opposed to when he's off of it. Agile, diagnoses plays well, and a fierce, fierce tackler.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. He's coming off an impressive Pro Bowl campaign in 2017.
You're talking about 14.5 sacks. For 2nd in the NFL, and now when offensive linemen hear the name DeMarcus Lawrence, they quake in their boots. How do we block this guy off the edge?
And taken right on the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
46.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Prescott. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. A bullet throw, but incomplete. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, this from 34. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, this from 34. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Wilson snags it left side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now a carry for Blount. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 11. He can't get him down. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Swing to the field, right. To the right.
On second down, Washington. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. They'll try to throw now. Prescott, throw left side, complete. That's Schultz. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
47.
They'll run. It's Washington. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Lions will take over. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. This one complete to Theo Reddick. Stafford on 1st down. Complete to Jones. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll run it here with Blunt. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because...
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Throwing to Stafford. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are in for 6. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Here we go. Wide eight. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide eight.
Prescott now on second down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
47.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Gone!
On third down, rush. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands.
To throw is Stafford. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. We'll remind you once again, coming up at halftime, we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He's got stats and scores from around the NFL as we wrap up the first month of the season.
No longer is he a rookie. The coach, a true veteran now.
A crafty veteran. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism. But without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Rush. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Over!
Operating from the gun. Rush. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 18 yards there and a 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Detroit!
Throwing on 1st down. Rush finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another 1st down.
Gone!
On 1st and 10. Rush. Wide open receiver, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
Detroit!
On 1st down, Rush throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half.
Set! Blue 90! All right, now, Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Kill! Black 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The tackle made there by Jared Davis. From the gun on third down. Rush. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's Rush to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. They've been burned twice already on arm as they keep the drive moving.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agree with his decision to run it. He picked up that big first down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. Throwing on first down. Rush. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Christian Jones. Leading the surge there, he drops him for a loss of 6. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rush. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on fourth down.
319! 319! Gone! 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 Over!
They'll try and throw for it here. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jarrett Davis in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, that's the fourth time that they've tried to go for it on fourth down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on fourth down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's Bloom. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that is incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold it.
He trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. To throw on third down. Rush. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Gone, gone.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll run again with Blunt. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Back to throw. Steps away. Finding some room at midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a give to Smith. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. He's back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw. And Beasley with it over the middle. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. The drive continues as they search for a time.